What is up, Insaners, and welcome to this UCL Fantasy Matchday 2 Ultimate Guide video. Guys, in this one, we're gonna talk about the best fixtures to target for Matchday 2. We'll also look at a Limitless draft for those of you who are on a Limitless this week. We'll talk about some differentials, and we'll also look at the best captaincy options for both days for Matchday 2. So guys, if you like this video today, make sure that you hit the like button. You can also subscribe to the Insanely Football YouTube channel for more UCL related content. And with that guys, let's start today's video. Now there are some really interesting fixtures to target across both days of Matchday 2 guys. If you're looking at day 1, I think Sporting vs Tottenham is one game that not a lot of people would target in terms of fantasy picks, and this is where you can differentiate from the crowd. Then we also have Prison vs Inter Milan. I know it's an away game for Inter Milan, but the fixture is supposed to be good. I think there's a possibility of a clean sheet as well guys, and this is definitely a fixture to target for the first day. Then we also have Liverpool vs Ajax. Now I understand that Liverpool haven't been in great form, but they can still score against Ajax, so the potential is quite high guys. The attacking potential looks really good. Even if Liverpool can't keep a clean sheet at the moment, I still feel they will do well at home. Now coming to day 2 guys, now day 2 is where a lot of good fixtures are there for your UCL team, and you can pick quite a lot of players from these fixtures. To start off guys, we have Milan vs Dynamo Zagreb. Now this fixture looks really good from a clean sheet perspective, and guys you should definitely target one defender if not more from the Milan team here. Then we also have Rangers vs Napoli. Now Napoli have been in great form. They are topping in the Serie A right now. And guys, there's a good chance that you can get a few differentials from Napoli. Then Real Madrid is playing Leipzig, which looks pretty good from a Real Madrid goal scoring point of view. And we can definitely target a couple of attackers from Real Madrid. Then we also have Chelsea vs Salzburg. Now I'm a little bit concerned about Chelsea at the moment. Yes, they have a new manager right now, but I'm still not very sure in terms of how is he going to line up. What players will he prefer? So I think, yes, the fixture is a decent fixture for Chelsea, but we should take this with a pinch of salt. Then we also have Man City vs Dortmund guys, where Erling Haaland is going to play his former team, and this looks pretty good from an attacking perspective from Man City guys. Then we have probably the easiest fixture of the week guys, where Maccabi Haifa is against PSG, and this looks like a clear one-sided game where I think you can at least double up if not triple up on the PSG team. But again, there are a lot of options to go for here. Day 2 specifically looks really good, but I still feel you should have somewhat of a balance even if it's tilting slightly towards day 2. So these are the fixtures to target for Matchday 2 guys. Now let's look at a Limitless draft if you are on a Matchday 2 Limitless. So guys, for those of you who have the Limitless chip active for Matchday 2, I think the strategy should be to attack the top teams having great fixtures this week. Then I think a wildcard in Matchday 3 and possible navigation of Matchday 5 and 6 with regular transfers is the right play here. By the way guys, I'm also on the Limitless chip this week. My Limitless chip is active, and let's look at this team. So guys, this team is a 3-4-3 right now with a lot of attacking options available on the Limitless chip, especially with unlimited money. In terms of goalkeepers guys, we have quite a differential bunch here. Now Onana is the day 1 keeper from Inter, having a great fixture here. For day 2 guys, we've gone for Maignan playing for AC Milan against Dynamo Zagreb. Now we've gone for defenders here guys, who all have great fixtures. It allows us to target clean sheet potential to begin with. Then we also have attacking fullbacks in this lineup guys, and all of them have a huge attacking upside as well. So right now guys, we have 3 defenders in this draft. They are Perisic, Dumfries and Cancelo. I think Cancelo is pretty much nailed in the City team, and I think he should definitely start. I don't see a situation where he's benched in this Champions League game against Dortmund. Also guys, getting the lineups for Tottenham and Inter Milan, that should help finalize Dumfries and Perisic. If you are looking at replacements, let's say if they don't start and if you want to replace them, then I think you can look at Mendes from PSG, as this team definitely has a PSG spot open here. You can even go for James from Chelsea, as he's pretty attacking. I think that also could be a decent move. Could be a bit tricky for this team if all day 1 players do well, as Hernandez and Hakimi are on the bench right now. I know it's not ideal, but I think personally I would be willing to take this risk and move forward. When we're looking at a midfield guys, I think it's a premium heavy midfield with a playing 4 of KDB, Salah, Son and Vinicius Jr. KDB with the extended rest guys, I think he should start against Dortmund. He is the creative engine for Man City and has massive potential against Dortmund. Our second player Vinicius Jr., he has 3 goals and 1 assist in the last 4 games, and with Benzema being a doubt for this game guys, I think Vinicius Jr.'s fantasy potential, it looks even better than before. If you are looking to gain ranks, I think there should be a careful balance of differential picks as well, guys. And Zielinski is my differential pick in this draft. Now he's in decent form, scoring 18 points in Matchday 1 against Liverpool. He's facing Rangers this week, and I think he can come from the bench if required and give us a huge haul. To be honest, I'm not 100% sold on Salah and Son right now, guys. Both haven't exactly hit the ground running for their teams in the Premier League. If you don't want them, let's say if you want to replace them with different options, the other options include a Mane or a Sané, guys, from Bayern. But the game is against Barcelona, guys, so it will be tough. But then again, if you want to go for a different route, both of them are decent options to go for. If you're looking at an interesting differential, guys, I think Luis Diaz from Liverpool is another differential that not a lot of fantasy managers will go for. He's definitely been the best attacker for Liverpool. I know still a start could be a bit tricky, especially with Darwin Núñez and Jota also available in attack. I still expect him to start, to be very honest, and he could be a dangerous option against Ajax at home. Now looking at the forwards for this team, guys, we have a premium front three of Haaland, Mbappe and Lewandowski. Now all three are solid options. I'm still contemplating the Lewandowski pick here as he faces his former club Bayern Munich in Germany. Now it could be a great pick, guys, don't get me wrong, but Neymar has a much easier fixture, and with unlimited money, guys, there is no limit on the spending cap, and I think Neymar should be the better option, especially having that easier fixture. It's definitely between Lewandowski and Neymar for the third pick, guys. I think the rest looks pretty good. Now the only downside to this team is that it doesn't really have any attackers from Inter Milan, guys. I really want to target Martinez from Inter, but it's a huge risk, especially with PSG and Man City having such a good fixture and Lewandowski also showing such great form. I'm pretty confident with most of this team, guys. There's still a couple of names that might change before the deadline, but the core here looks pretty solid for Matchday 2. Guys, I think it's really important to get a couple of differentials in your UCL fantasy team, especially if you want to gain rank. With so many options, with so many players in fact using the Limitless chip, I think there are high chances that a lot of teams are going to be very similar. So here we look at some differential options you can go for, which will differentiate you from the others. Our first option is Harry Kane against Sporting, guys. We know that Harry Kane has been in decent form. He's probably the best attacker for the Tottenham team right now. Guys, if you are looking outside of PSG, Man City or even Barcelona, I think Harry Kane against Sporting could be a great option to go for. Because of the fact that we have 3 or 4 forwards who have really good fixtures, I don't think so a lot of people would go to Harry Kane. But don't get me wrong here, guys. He can still score against Sporting, guys, in spite of the game being an away game for Tottenham. So if you want to target a differential, I think Harry Kane in attack looks a really good option. Now coming to the second option, and we have Martinez from Inter Milan, guys. As I mentioned earlier, I was looking to get in an Inter Milan attacker, and if you can afford that luxury, maybe if you can afford that option, and if you're okay letting go of some of the more premium or maybe even more popular options, then I think, guys, Martinez this week is a really good option to go for. He's definitely going to be differential. He has great attacking potential, and I think he could give you a big haul this week. Now, one differential option that we already have in our UCL fantasy team this week, guys, is Zielinski playing for Napoli against Rangers. He had a great match day 1. We know that he's also on penalties. He can score goals, as we've already seen so far, guys. Rangers have looked okay. I mean, they've not looked really that bad, but there's still a good chance for Zielinski to get a huge haul and give us a lot of points this week. Coming to the next couple of options here, guys, we have a couple of midfielders from the Premier League. First, we have Phil Foden from Man City. Now again, a lot of people would triple up on Haaland, KDB and even Cancelo, guys. So if you are looking at a differential, let's say if you don't have one of them, I'm assuming you would probably have Haaland and even Cancelo. So if you're looking at a third spot for Man City, I think Phil Foden could be a decent option to go for, guys. There are high chances that Phil Foden starts in this UCL game and could do really well against Dortmund. So if you are looking at a differential, I think Phil Foden is definitely up there for the Man City attack. We know that Man City are quite an attacking team. They will score goals, and there is a high chance that Phil Foden would be involved, just not from a creativity point of view, but also from a goal scoring perspective. The other option is Luis Diaz, guys. As I already mentioned earlier in this video, I think a lot of people are probably turned off a little bit by Salah's form and performances this season. And Luis Diaz has definitely been the better attacker for Liverpool. So in case if you want to target that Liverpool fixture against Ajax, you can go for a differential like a Luis Diaz. I don't think so a lot of people would be even going for a Diaz even on a limitless chip, guys, and this is where you can differentiate from the crowd and possibly get the best Liverpool attacker in your team for Matchday 2. Now with differentials done, guys, let's talk about captaincy for Matchday 2. Now captaincy for Matchday 2 looks quite tricky, guys. There are options like Salah and Son on day 1 who aren't the most informed players, but they have decent fixtures. Now if I had to choose between the two, guys, I think I lean slightly more towards Salah at the moment. If let's say I get one of Sane or Mane, guys, I might even captain them instead. I mean, they're decent options, but as I said earlier, the fixture is against Barcelona, and I think it's going to be a tricky one. Now, if you're looking at an informed player, guys, then I think there's also Lewandowski, who has been in great goal-scoring form for Barcelona. The script is absolutely there, guys. He is facing Bayern Munich in Germany, and there's a high possibility that he will possibly not get the right reception, and he might just shut up the crowd, the home crowd, by scoring a goal against them. So it's all written there, but again, it's gonna be a tricky fixture. In case if you're okay captaining a differential player, guys, I think Dumfries this week could be a great option. We know that he has attacking potential. There's a good clean sheet potential as well for Dumfries this week. And guys, if you are looking to captain a differential this week, I think Dumfries is definitely the best option to go for. Now coming to day 2, guys, and I think it's a lot more straightforward for day 2. Now there are two standout picks. Mbappe looks to be the favorite choice for all fantasy managers this week, and he's also my pick for the second day. The other option is going for Haaland against his former club Dortmund. Now both are really good options, guys, and they have excellent fantasy potential for Matchday 2. We also have Vinicius Jr. against Leipzig, guys. He's also a great option, and with Benzema out, I think there's a lot of onus on him to get those attacking returns, score those goals for Real Madrid, and I think he should do well against Leipzig. So that'll be all for my side for this video, guys. Do let me know if you are playing the Limitless chip in Matchday 2. Also, who is your favorite captaincy option this week? Do let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video today. I hope you found it useful. You can join our UCL mini league, the Insanely Football mini league. The code will be on the screen right now. So you can join our UCL Fantasy mini league. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys, for more UCL related content. We also do FPL, guys, so in case if you are interested in Fantasy Premier League, you can check out a playlist for FPL. Thank you so much for watching. All the best for Matchday 2, and I'll see you Insaners next time.